Well, here we go, off to the rock wall. Nice, easy little jaunt into the paint pots to start with, along a nice wide trail. Easy going, a little downhill. So it starts off pretty easy. Backpack weighs in at just under 32 pounds. That's with, what have I got on there? A 710 and a 500 ml of water and all my food. Yeah, so it's a Sunday. It's pretty busy through here. See the trails like yay. I don't know, for some reason when I got here, I was really excited. The rock wall. Oh, that's why. Well, here we are along the trail, and we're a couple of kilometers in. Takes a while for my body to get used to doing this again, especially if I've had a little bit of time off, which I have. It's been 2 weeks since I've hiked. I haven't done much in between. So when I first start out, the body overreacts a bit and starts sweating, and I go a little too hard, and it takes a while just to get back into a rhythm again. Trail's relatively busy, not so bad now. Not so many day hikers out here. Pathway is better than it was a month ago. Still some muddy sections, but not much. You can see the path looks like this. Still on a bit of uphill. Although most of the day is a bit of uphill. Some a little bit more than others. Oh, uphill again. Time to get the poles out. So I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a trail through here. There's likely animals coming down from up there through there. This would be prime bear grazing area. You can see that little trail kind of goes through there and wanders off. Oh, there's the trail back through there. Abbey slopes. Trail we're heading on. And more Abbey slopes up there. So you can see where we're going, where we've been. It's just this lush open area here. So all sorts of trails that crisscross through here. Much more so than before. So animals have been foraging through here. You can see how that stump has been pulled out of there, and something's rooted for insects. Wonder what that could be. And then back in out of the sun. Yeah, there's a few bugs out here, but not a lot. Well, I'm at the Helmet Ochre campground. I'm just having lunch here. You can see there's the another picnic table. There's a fire pit. There's my pack opened up. And yeah, it was a harder hike in here than I thought it was going to be. Took me a couple hours, so an extra 10 or 15 minutes. Tripped and fell and bashed my knees once. Kind of clumsy. Should have stopped earlier for a snack because my kind of ran out of energy, so I'm spending a little more time snacking now. So just munching on a Cashy Home Honey Almond Grain Bar. I had a wrap with some peanut butter honey mix on it earlier. That was actually quite good. It's a little heavy, but it tastes good. And having some water as well. It's a warm day. My pack in the shade says it's taking me a minute to get hooked up again. My inReach message just went off. Yeah, pack says it's warmer than it is, but high 20s, I imagine. It says 32.5, but it was out in the sun, so I imagine that's what it's recording. Yeah, rest here long enough to relax a little, stop sweating, kill some flies. I haven't noticed mosquitoes, but lots of black flies. A number of horse flies too. Gotten a couple of them pretty good. Continue pounding back a bit of water. About a liter. Because now the harder uphill starts. So make sure I've got lots of water. Have a final pee break and head off. Well, that was a surprise. Headed out after lunch. Made it about just over half a K. And just really tired after lunch. It was hard to move, no strength. I stopped and had some of these, thinking maybe instant energy, and that didn't work. Even on the little downhills, I was going really slow. Got to the point in the trail where it steepens up. Looked up and just decided, no, it's not going to work today. So I turned around. Now back at the lunch stop. relaxing, refueling enough so I can make it 5.5K back to the parking lot. And we'll just, I'm going to cancel this trip. Yeah, nothing much else to say other than I don't know whether the issue was that I didn't do much over the last 2 weeks. I just kind of rested, relaxed, and screwed around the house. So didn't get any real exercise. I don't know whether that's what did it, whether it's, lots of horseflies, whether it's the pack weighing in at just under, just over 31 pounds as opposed to trying to keep it down to 25, but that's only 5 pounds. It shouldn't make that big a difference. But whatever, I just don't have it in me today to do another 9K from here, and who knows what I'm going to feel like tomorrow. So I'll turn around, well, I've turned around. I'll head back to the parking lot and home and cancel the rest of the reservation so the sites open up in case somebody else wants to go in. They could go in tomorrow to Tumbling instead of here and then head south, or just claim flow for the one night. Anyway, I'm going to keep eating some of these. Rehydrate and do the 6K hike back. Okay, it's now 2 weeks later, and I thought I'd just do a little trailer video here to follow up to that hike because it ended pretty abruptly. I was at lunch, I went to walk out, and after looking at the conditions, talking to various people, other people that had hiked at that time, it was a hot day. Hotter than any other day I've been hiking, so I think it was heat related. I did sweat a lot. When I took my cap off first at lunch, I looked at it and said, geez, this feels heavy, and it was just soaked through. So I know I was sweating. Was I dehydrated? I'm not sure. I peed okay, and I drank okay, and I ate okay. Could have been a bit of dehydration though as well. What ended up happening is as I continued my hike from lunch and got further out for another half K or kilometer, any kind of real exertion had me panting. I'd start to go uphill and I'd be like really heavy, which is one of the potential signs of heat exhaustion. Now I was still sweating, so that was a good thing. But I'm going to chalk it up to heat. I've done this hike before in regular temperatures with a pack that was maybe it was 5 to 7 pounds lighter, but 5 to 7 pounds isn't a gigantic deal. So I was certainly able to do this hike before without an issue. I was fine going in. All I can think of is heat related. It did take longer also to get out than to get in, and it's downhill on the way out. It took me, I don't know, maybe only 10 or 15 minutes longer, so not like it was gigantic, but it definitely took me longer. And that was hiking time. That didn't include rest time, and I rested more frequently on the way out. Near the end, I was resting every half hour, 45 minutes, pack off, sit there and kind of, and then kind of recover. When I got back, I drove home, I had a shower, I felt fine afterwards, and I thought, well, maybe I can continue the next day. Because there was a way of going straight into Tumbling Falls that I could have done, but next day I just felt bagged. I thought, well, okay, I won't do that. Maybe later on in the week I can just do the very last bit, which is up to Flow Lake. But I looked at that, and it's a 3,000 foot climb or something like that. It's just, it would have been a really big climb, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And we're going to chalk it up to, we went out, tried the hike, wasn't the right day. I'll do it again some other time. I am going to make some changes though for the next hike. I'm going to go back to my lighter sandals. I had debated whether to take my Tevas or my Zeros. My Zeros are a lot lighter, they're a little more flimsy. I decided on my Tevas. But when I went to put them on after hiking, I had one of the same issues that I had with my Zeros, and that was because my feet are sweaty, trying to get them on was difficult. And so if I have that difficulty still, and I thought, well, how many stream crossings have I used, if I put these on? That would be 0 so far, maybe in the future. So I don't really need them for that. I just kind of need something to wear around camp. And the Zeros are half a pound to a pound lighter, so I'm going to change that. I'm still going to try bringing the chair, though. I want to try that and see what it's like. And the other thing I'm going to look at, I'm going to head over, I don't think I'll do it today, probably on Monday, today's a Sunday, and check out some different footwear. I love my boots. They are great in every respect except they cause pain in my feet, specifically soles of my feet. So when I'm walking, my forefront under the ball of my foot gets sore, and especially on my right foot. In fact, 2 weeks later, I still have a little bit of numbness in my right foot with my toes. Yes, I'm a type 2 diabetic, so some of that is maybe to be expected, but I don't experience it any other time, including skiing with molded ski boots. So I'm going to look at trail runners, something that's torsionally got some, so that torsionally they're pretty stiff, but they'll be lighter, they'll be lower. I can still wear full gaiters on them. I'll probably order some Dirty Girl gaiters as well, which are much shorter and they're pretty light too. I'm going to re-examine my food again. This is an ongoing learning experience. I keep looking at food and options, and what I did find is when I came back, I tried one of my options, which included one of the tins of food, and it was kind of like I had the first bite and was, oh, this isn't too bad. And after another 3 or 4 bites, this is too much, and I'm not really enjoying it, so I'm going to toss that one. Still not sure what all I'm going to do for food. I did, however, like the peanut butter and honey on, well, I really like it on bread at home. I sort of have that for lunch sometimes, but just on a tortilla shell, whole wheat tortilla shell. So I'll probably figure a better way of packaging up the honey and peanut butter spread, because the way I've tried to do it is in a squeeze bag, and it's really hard to squeeze out because it's quite thick. So I'll look at that. Next hike upcoming for me is just a day hike. I'm going to go into Plain of the Six Glaciers at Lake Louise. Just wear a light day pack and take some water and filter, and hike in and hike out and see how everything feels. And then about a week and a half after that, I'm back on the ice line. That's the current update. I'll continue posting videos on this channel. If you're interested, subscribe, give me a like if you like them, or leave me comments if you got comments, and I'll certainly read stuff. I have no guarantee I'll do anything about it, like any comments. However, appreciate the feedback. Have fun, get out there and hike, and have a great day. Bye-bye.